Let's design the Galactic line. Today I added timescales. You can see them in the upper right hand corner. We're running in slow motion. We could try and control the ship, but spaceships don't really run on a second to second sort of acceleration. That would be a real fast spaceship, so let's go ahead and kick it up a notch. Well, real time is still too slow, so operational speed. We can start to get a feeling for how this ship is going to pilot. This is a real spry ship, but it's not really that spry. Slow maneuvering. This would be what you were using if you were docking or something. It's still too slow though, too clunky. Maneuvering. So if you were going to manually pilot your ship, you'd probably stick to this speed. It's a minute per second, and it is just right for moving your ships around. This ship is really very, very spry, and so it is super easy to move around. But there are some bugs in my code still, like sometimes it doesn't actually accept some of my instructions. But that's okay, I'll figure it out. Early days, early days. One thing you might notice is that every single one of these timescales has its own song. I wanted to make it super distinct as to what scale you were running at, what time speed you were running at. And so I thought that giving each speed its own song would be the clearest thing I could do. We got really, really effective thrusters. They didn't want to let us land. There we are. Okay. We have landed. Sort of. There's no actual physics involved yet. These ships are not quite as spry, and even in maneuvering mode, they're going to be a little bit cumbersome to try and fly around. But that's fine. That's kind of the point. Of course, you can continue to change your time speeds. Fast maneuvering. Slow cruise. So when you're in deep space, you're not going to have direct control over your ship. There's not usually any reason to. So you'll be running at something like cruise or slow cruise so that you can just get a good idea for what your crew is and how it's working. The piloting tweaks out at this speed just because the volumes get so large, but you'd just be coasting. You wouldn't ever want to be trying to maneuver at this speed because it's an hour per second. But this is a good speed for completing missions and for traveling through hyperspace. Notice that each of these speeds has its own look as well. The camera acts a little bit differently. I'll tweak exactly what that means, exactly what the settings are. Anyway, that's what I've accomplished today. I hope you enjoyed that.